Good morning. Welcome, welcome. It's a beautiful Tuesday as we rise up in the morning and see the sun. That's the power of God. Listen to the waves. Heartland HQ. Good morning. Happy Tuesday blessings. Thank you so much. And to all of you as well. It's an honor to be with you on this beautiful Tuesday. The beauty as we listen. What do you hear? The elements, the waves are calm, a little wind on the wave oscillating to the shore. What do you see? All of this beauty. That beam of light shining, the reflection of the sun on the sea. Before the hustle and bustle, releasing all stress, all anxiety into a place of growth, transformation. Let's do a breathing exercise together. And all of you who've never tried to have a breathing exercise, it's really quite simple. And all of us can do this wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and any ability, at any age. Let's do that. I'll count to 4 and we'll breathe in together. And then we'll exhale. If you can put your shoulders back, go ahead and do that. Kind of in an upright position. All right. Clear your mind. And on 4, we'll breathe in together. Are you ready? All right, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in and hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. Very good. Very good. R&W Farm said, hey, Tony. Good morning. Tony is saying good morning to Heartland, which is Think and Tank. It's Dave and Tamra. Tony, are you still up in traveling? Have y'all got safe back yet? All right. Now loosen up your shoulders and come into a sacred space of relaxation. Just releasing all stress. Singing psalms together. Good morning. Everybody singing psalms together says good morning. Good morning. Good morning. There's a song by Debbie Reynolds, I believe. It goes, good morning. Da 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 da. She's such a sweetheart, legendary. I did have the opportunity to visit several years ago. What a beautiful soul. And Debbie Reynolds, and Eddie Fisher and all that. It was grand times and legends in Hollywood and film and television. And she has an amazing family. And I respect Debbie so much. She has such an amazing story. Really touched my soul. Really did. Excuse me. Hey, Chet, Sea Lake's Journey. Chet and Robin, good morning. Chet is saying he's an amazing, positive, everyone in our community, especially in my communities, are very awesome people. Tony says, yes, ma'am. We're headed to the airport to go home in a few. All right. I would love to be up there, Tony, right now. New York, the weather in New England is so beautiful right now. I think in the upper 70s. Sea Lake's Journey is saying hi to Tony and to singing songs together. I love to call you by your first name if that's okay. Write it in chat so I see it. The beauty of the sun and the S-U-N and the sun, S-O-N. Come to me, all who are weary, and I will give you rest. As we ponder all this beauty that is given to humanity, the vastness of the ocean, the horizon. Think about how intricate, all of the details of what we have, all of creation, yet so vast, yet it's such a small world. Mm. I like the song Good Morning Mercy by Jason Kraft. Never heard of that song. I'll have to check that out. Tony says, it's been nice here. We dread going back to triple digit heat in South Georgia. Yeah, it's that time of the year. I just love when the weather is in the 70s. New England, I'm sure Maine and New Hampshire are beautiful too. SPT. What's SPT? Allie from Kansas City, Missouri. Miss Sweetie, City of Fountains. Okay. Chet from Sea Legs Journey says, yes, all of creation is incredible. And when you feel that you need to make those moments, I just want to be away from the crowds and find the moments. You can make those moments and get into that sacred space I call between the spaces, where you can unwind and relax and go within, because it's important that we go within. Make yourself God priority first, but make yourself the priority as well. It can just be 20 minutes a day. And it's important for your growth, for your nourishment. All of creation gets nourished each day. All of creation. When the rain comes upon, it nourishes everything. Not only the plants, but the animals. Replenishes the springs, the lakes, the sea. It fills up. And that sustains life. And there's a beautiful cycle, or the circle, right? A circle can't be just 180 degrees. An entire circle, the circumference, is 360 degrees. Think about that. So there are 365 days in a calendar year. And I want to look more into these things, right? Right before you. How do you know the wind exists? Can you see wind? Anybody in here? Have you seen wind? Can your naked eye see the wind? Oh yes, SPT is singing psalms together. Yes, true. Joy is Jesus, others in you. How sweet. Yes, actually, Jesus, ourself, and others. Yes, my grandmother. The way that I dedicate this channel is for my grandmother's memory and her name. She loved to be called Joy. She was an amazing, strong woman. She grew up in the Depression, and during those times, she worked very hard. She had a bunch of children. Well, not a whole lot, but 6. She had 6 children, and she did have a set. My mom is a twin, so she really did everything she could while she was here. And for a small while, she did raise me a little bit. And all I ever have and all that I am. I really owe a lot to her. So this is a small way, an appreciation, a token of appreciation that I could do to honor her is to include her in my channel's name. So that's why, that's how my channel name came about. Because during uh, during this process, which it has been, or I can, have that voice and honor her at the same moment. And those moments where you, like, if you've had your grandmother or your grandparents or anyone, any loved one in your life, and you miss them so very much. See, when energy just transforms. So when I miss her, you just saw that seagull come up, you'll see, as energy transforms, right? Well, you get to sometimes where you're really missing your grandmother, your grandfather, your mom, your dad, your loved one. What I do, and we had this special thing where she said, "Come here, I want to show you something." And I said, "What is it?" She goes, she said, "I have a hot date tonight." Now, she was a comedian to the maximum. Like, she really understood. That's that's where I get a lot of my personality and who I am. I'm my own person, but just all the characters in my family. A little bit of this one and that one and this one. And she was a widow all her life. And then she met someone in church, and it was more of a friendship kind of thing because they both were lonely. In the meanwhile, she said, uh, and then that person passed on, and then she was a widow again. She says, "Come here, honey, I want to show you something." I said, "Yes." She's walking me to her bathroom, and she's opening her medicine cabinet. She goes, "I have a hot date tonight. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you my date." And I'm laughing the whole time. She pulls out a bottle of Charlie perfume. And so when I miss her the most, of course, what do you think I do? I keep a bottle of Charlie perfume. And when I miss her the most, just take that a little bit and I spray it on my wrist, on my arm, and I just inhale. I just inhale her. And, on those days where you miss grandma the most or you missed a loved one the most, I encourage you to do that. And remember, they're surrounding us, all of heaven, all of the angels. I can give you this vision of the wind. And I asked everyone on here, how do you know the wind exists? You really can't. Can you see the wind with your naked eye? Does anyone know? How can you prove the wind exists? In the same way, how do you know God exists? Can you see him? How do you know the wind exists? Can you see it? These are two very powerful questions. And when you look and you gaze, there's another seagull. As you're gazing right now, you can see the ripples and the waves coming to the shore. Now, I was trained to see wind on water. Yeah. I grew up, I was a Girl Scout, and my mom, she brought us girls to summer camp, and she drove many hours to get us there. It says it's 81 degrees right now here and rising. It will be hot today. All right, so we get up to camp up in Maine, and it's beautiful in Maine. So here we are, us girls in the summer. It's beautiful. So there were sunfish sailboats, and I had to learn how to sail, and also there were canoes. And so when we went up on the water, here I am on this sunfish sailboat, and I had to learn where the wind was on the water. And you can see this wonderful canvas. And you see in some areas of the water where the wind is on it, you can see the difference in the water. And I would learn to go to the area where the wind is. So my sail would open up on my sailboat. And just the little sunfish sailboats. Yeah. And with that wind, the boat would would go faster. It's an amazing process. It's the same way where your naked eye, how do you know it exists? Well, you can feel it on your skin, right? You can feel the wind. You can see the wind on the water. On the water. Yes, you can also, if you see where you're in the forest, you can see the leaves of the tree swaying, the leaves on the tree. That's how you know the wind exists, like God exists. Right? And He walked the earth for such a time. And then He did it all for all of us. My wife was a Girl Scout and a Scout leader, and our daughters were Girl Scouts too. Awesome. I can't wait to meet them, Chet. Yes, you can hear the wind. That's right, you definitely can hear it. So it's the same concept, but a more powerful concept, where the unseen realm really is more powerful than that of the seen realm. Think about how powerful that is. It's so humble, but yet it's so powerful. Right? What you cannot see requires faith. But we know the wind exists, just like we know God exists. and all this beauty that we have as human beings is here for us, for our enjoyment, for our pleasure. And we must honor ourselves. We must honor the King, and we must honor all of creation. In that same realm of peace, all of humanity, right now, I'll give you another example. What you can see are the waves in the entire ocean. So we know, how do you know that what's underneath the waves? What's in those waves? You definitely know there's fish in there and dolphins, especially in the south. Dolphins are so playful. And there are sharks. And I love how dolphins are. And if you've ever noticed dolphins in the wild, they're just so playful. And they swim, in pods. And if there is a shark nearby, and there are people swimming in the water, that dolphin will come to your rescue. Dolphins have saved many people. That shark will not bother that dolphin, and that dolphin will protect you. Those dolphins have that sense of echolocation. They're playful. And if you've ever felt a dolphin, I have. They're so soft. They have this beautiful coat, this beautiful skin. They are protected, yes. So your encounter with a dolphin, if it's not out in the open sea freely, they are protected here. And so are the turtles during the when the turtles are laying their eggs. Very much protected. But if you've noticed the spirit of the dolphin, it's jovial, it's playful, but it is protective. And that dolphin will protect you because it will sense a shark around you. That shark will not come and mess up with that dolphin. It's amazing how every living creature and human act and intertwine on the journey. Singing songs together says, wow, how fascinating about dolphins. Oh yeah. I just love how soft they feel. I can't even describe how they feel. It's just beautiful. And what they bring they bring so much happiness to people. And I did have an encounter with a special dolphin. I reflect, I remember that this was a few years ago back. This is before the, And so it was a dolphin, and the dolphin's story. There's actually a film made about this dolphin, and it was a very special dolphin, very special. And what happened to this dolphin is it's it's the tail of the dolphin got caught up where it was in some kind of net or fishing line. People are careless and the dolphin really was trying to live. And this dolphin later on was rescued. But eventually its tail had to come off for it to live and survive. And that dolphin's name is Hope. It was a bottlenose dolphin, and it was rescued. It was brought to the Clearwater Marine Aquarium at that time. And it was orphaned at a very young age. But I remember Hope the dolphin, and I really needed to go see her, so I did bring my daughter. This was such a beautiful encounter. And the dolphin was rescued from the Indian River Lagoon in December. It was an orphan, and it was only about 2 or 3 months old. And during her young age and lack of survival skills, they deemed her not to be releasable or to have permanent residence at the Clearwater Marine Aquarium. And that the inspiration of that dolphin led to another story, which was the story of Winter. So you have 2 dolphins, one named Hope and one named Winter, who end up both at the Clearwater Marine Aquarium. And they made that movie based off Winter, because both Winter and Hope have become symbols of hope and resilience, inspiring many people, especially children, who have faced their own challenges. Okay, Chet, thank you. I know Chet does his shows. Thank you, Chet. It was good to have you here. So Hope and Winter lived together at the Clearwater Marine Aquarium. And all children with special needs, veterans who have lost legs, people in wheelchairs, walkers, anyone who has suffered something, especially children and veterans, came to visit Winter and Hope, but mostly Winter, at the Clearwater Marine Aquarium. And they were very playful in their personality. And a few years ago, Winter had survived without the tail. And, there were an amazing film made called Dolphin Tale. And there's Dolphin Tale 1, Dolphin Tale 2. That's an exact story of the dolphin. And if you haven't seen that, I encourage you to see that. It's very heartwarming. So whenever you see a dolphin, just know that that dolphin will help you. But I encourage you to always make sure that you know your water safety. And if you haven't seen that film, go ahead and do it. It's called Dolphin Tale. Symbols of hope, resilience. How beautiful. As I speak, it is in the now. Whatever energy I'm feeling, I just speak about. All right. And I thank all of you for joining me this morning. And I encourage you each moment, each moment. And I look forward to working with you for now, each Tuesday, right here. So thank you. If anyone's missed, you can always go back and replay from the beginning. Thank you. Many powerful blessings and love. Remember to dream big, work hard, stay focused, and surround yourself with positive, uplifting people. Remember, you are your greatest project, and every challenge is a chance to grow even stronger. Never quit, never give up on yourself. I will not quit. Growth happens one step at a time. You believe in you, even if no one else does. And you may not believe in God, but God believes in you. And rise until lambs become lions. Tune in for Tuesdays with Joy. Thank you. See y'all soon.